On today's Disney Roundup, new sales of Walt Disney World annual passes will begin starting next week, a debut date and details for Rogers the Musical, and new trailers released for upcoming movies and series. I have all that and more for you coming up right here on the DRU.
To infinity and beyond!
I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Hey everyone, Jeff here, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date with all the latest Disney and Disney Parks news each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. Starting off with Parks news, after a year of sales being paused, Disney has announced that new sales for Walt Disney World annual passes will begin starting next week. Disney has announced that new sales of the Incredipass, Sorcerer Pass, and Pirate Pass will resume and can be purchased online beginning on April 20th. The quantity of passes will be limited though, and passes or a pass type may become unavailable for purchase at any time. DVC members can begin purchasing the Sorcerer Pass online beginning tomorrow, April 13th, as part of membership benefits. Along with the start of new sales, existing annual pass holders will be able to upgrade their current pass on the 20th if they would like to do so. The difference in the pass prices must be paid in full at the time of upgrading though. Pass holders now receive access to Disney Photo Pass benefits, and beginning April 18th, annual pass holders can visit the theme parks after 2 p.m. without needing a park reservation, except on Saturdays and Sundays at Magic Kingdom. Prices for annual passes are currently listed being $400 for the Pixie Pass, $749 for Pirates, $969 for Sorcerer, and $1,399 for the Incredipass. The Incredipass being the only option now for out-of-state guests and with no blockout dates. While Disney has announced a date new sales will begin, no further details on the process they'll go about selling them or what time sales will begin have been announced as of yet. When Disneyland though resumed the sale of Magic Key Passes, a virtual queue was used to get those, so I would expect the same here as well. Disneyland also resumed the sale of new Magic Key Passes for a brief time again yesterday, so we'll see if Walt Disney World opens up new sales like they've been doing periodically following the 20th. Let me know in the comments down below though if you plan on upgrading or purchasing a new Walt Disney World annual pass. Coming this summer, Disney has revealed a debut date and new details for Rogers the Musical. Disney has announced that the real-life, all-new short one-act musical theater production of Rogers the Musical will burst onto the stage at the Hyperion Theater at Disney California Adventure Park for a limited time beginning June 30th. This production features a telling of the story of Steve Rogers, joined by Peggy Carter, Nick Fury, and select members of the Avengers. The musical will take the audience on a journey from Steve's humble beginnings during World War II to becoming Captain America, leading to the Avengers and beyond. The show will be superpowered by music including Save the City from Hawkeye, Star Spangled Man from the film Captain America the First Avenger, plus 5 new original songs written just for Rogers the Musical at the Disneyland resorts. Rogers the Musical will run approximately 30 minutes from Tuesday through Saturday most weeks. Additional details including show dates and times, plus news about the merchandise and food and beverage offerings themed to Rogers the Musical will be shared as the opening gets closer. With Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary and Harmonious's run now being over, Disney has started to remove the barges from EPCOT. Earlier this week, Disney has started the process of removing the Harmonious barges from World Showcase Lagoon at EPCOT. One of the outer barges, or as most people like to call them, taco barges, was the first to go overnight earlier this week. Per blog Mickey, the barge currently sits behind the backstage marina. While Epcot Forever has returned once again for a limited time, no further details have been shared as of yet for the new nighttime spectacular said to come later this year. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned though, and I'll let you know of any news said on Epcot's new nighttime fireworks show and as Disney continues to remove the barges from World Showcase Lagoon. Coming in 2024, Disney has announced that new destinations will be coming to Star Tours. Over this past weekend, during Star Wars Celebration, it was announced that more stories and characters will be coming to Star Tours. Since it debuted at Disneyland in 1987 as the first Star Wars attraction in a Disney park, Star Tours has traveled to new places as this galaxy of stories expanded. As to where the new locations guests will be able to travel to in the ride and what new characters will be included were not announced at this time. Now on the outside the parks news, for the very first time, guests on Disney Cruise Line will have their own version of MagicBand Plus. Coming this summer, MagicBand Plus will start to make its way to Disney Cruise Line, beginning with a preview opportunity on select Disney Wish sailings before it officially debuts. At Disney Cruise Line, it will be called Disney Band Plus. Like with MagicBands, Disney Band Plus lets guests unlock their door and purchase items by tapping their wrist on touch points. Whether you're meeting a character or taking a picture in a PhotoPass spot, onboard photographers around the ship are ready to capture your favorite vacation memories, and with one simple tap, you can easily link your photos to your stateroom, making it easy to view and purchase. Wearing Disney Band Plus will also allow you to discover surprises throughout your cruise, so keep your eyes peeled for extra moments of magic. Now into company news, announced over this past weekend, 3 new Star Wars films have been announced to come to the franchise. During this year's Star Wars celebration, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy announced 3 new films for the Star Wars franchise. Of course, the last one we saw was The Rise of Skywalker back in 2019. Now the newest is said to follow the film as it follows the events of The Rise of Skywalker and will focus on Rey, with Daisy Ridley reprising her role as a character as she builds a new Jedi Order. This is just the very first we're hearing of the new series, as no projected opening dates have been announced for the time being. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below though, of Lucasfilm continuing to make films with Rey, and if you think they'll have any other familiar faces included in these. Coming from Marvel Studios, the first trailer has been released for The Marvels. The first trailer for Marvel Studios' The Marvels debuted on ABC's Good Morning America yesterday. In the film, Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, has reclaimed her identity from the tyrannical Kree and taken revenge on the Supreme Intelligence, but unintended consequences see Carol shouldering the burden of a destabilized universe. When her duties send her to an anomalous wormhole linked to a Kree revolutionary, her powers become entangled with that of Jersey City superfan Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, and Carol's estranged niece, now Saber astronaut Captain Monica Rambeau. Together, this unlikely trio must team up and learn to work together to save the universe as The Marvels. The Marvels opens in theaters this year on Friday, November 10th, and if you want to check out the new trailer, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Premiering later this year, the first trailer has been released for Ahsoka. Last Friday at Star Wars Celebration in London, Disney Plus and Lucasfilm unveiled a teaser trailer for the Disney Plus original series Ahsoka, starring Rosario Dawson in the title role. Set after the fall of the Empire, Ahsoka follows the former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. Ahsoka will debut exclusively on Disney Plus in August of 2023, and if you want to check out the trailer, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Coming later this summer, Disney and Lucasfilm have released the first trailer for Indiana Jones 5. During this year's Star Wars celebration, the stars and filmmakers of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny got to show fans a first look at the never-before-seen trailer and an extensive exclusive look at the film. The film will be Ford's final Indiana Jones adventure as he returns as the legendary hero archaeologist. John Williams, who has scored each Indy adventure since the original Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981, has once again composed the score. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny opens in theaters on Friday, June 30th, and if you want to check out the trailer, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Set to start streaming at the end of this month, Disney has released a new trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy. Peter Pan and Wendy introduces Wendy Darling, a young girl afraid to leave her childhood home behind, who meets Peter Pan, a boy who refuses to grow up. Alongside her brothers and a tiny fairy Tinkerbell, she travels with Peter to the magical world of Neverland. There she encounters an evil pirate, Captain Hook, and embarks on a thrilling and dangerous adventure that will change her life forever. The studio's live-action reimagining of the animated classic will begin streaming April 28th exclusively on Disney Plus, and if you want to check out that trailer, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below as well. Alright everyone, that's you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup, and just a heads up, there will be no Disney Roundup next week. Next week I'm going to be at Disneyland taking in some of the Disney 100 festivities out at the Disneyland resorts. I may be uploading a video or two from that though, so of course, as always, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned and look for those. That's all you for this week, though. On today's episode of the Disney Roundup, if you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe. That's all you for this week, though. And until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.